Hi everyone, my name is Utapal Prasad and today we are going to talk about naughty 90s. Before we jump into naughty 90s, we must talk about Victorian era. The reign of Queen Victoria is also called the Victorian era in literature, in English literature. The Victorian literature was full of morality, was full of justice, and was full of uh, this religion. Actually, it was full of all of the goodness. But what good it is if in the real society we are having injustice over justice, and we are having dissipation of religion and growth of science, a growth of science in a manner that it is completely overshadowing the religion. Okay, and now please tell me what good it is if there is class disparities. One is living in a villa, a bungalow, and other one is living in a hut. Okay, so if we are talking about naughty 90s, we must talk about the social injustice because people freedom were restricted. They were bound to do these things in the name of morality, in the name of religion, in the name of justice, in the name of etiquettes. But actually, they were repressed, they were suppressed. For example, if I may, I will take the example of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. In this novella, Dr. Jekyll, the famous gentlemanly physician, becomes a vicious abomination, abominated and a criminal minded person. Mr. Hyde, Mr. Edward Hyde. Okay, then, if we have talked about, okay, then, if we have talked about this novella, let us get to know what actually is Naughty 90s. Naughty 90s is a gang of some writers, of the Victorian writers, that influenced the last decade of the Victorian era, that is 1890s to 1900s. Audrey Birdsley, Thomas Hardy, Oscar Fingal O'Flaherty Wills Wilde, Oscar Wilde, the most important icon of this movement, and then Rudyard Kipling, Herbert George Wells, Arthur Conan Doyle, and Rudyard Kipling, जो भी George Bernard Shaw. They were in this pursuit to publish, to write, and to influence in a way to show how society is actually and how society is depicted or showcased or expected to be. So, in this constant struggle, they wrote texts like the picture of Dorian Gray that had queer subtext, Invisible Man by George Herbert Wells, that proved that people has this thing that if they get any mystical power, they will lose all the morality. They will lose all the uh, things they learned, all the charitable things they learned in school or in the name of religion or in the church. Now the question comes that how did this movement influence the modern age, that is 1900s to 1945? Actually, they brought out the you can say, giant shoulder for the modern writers to liberalize their writing, to liberalize their ideas, to have the liberty to express some ideas. For example, Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf, or there are much things like the narrative techniques of fragmentation, stream of consciousness, and various things. Okay, okay then. I hope that I have explained this topic very sincerely and effectively. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and everything that you can. Till then, goodbye, and I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.